Hey everybody, it's Nick and it's Jeff. We're back from our second race of 2018 at The Ridge. Now we try to come up with clever names for these events, and this one, because it's the Pacific Northwest and because it's crappy cars, we named it Smells Like AMC Spirit. Now, we had no idea this was going to happen, but naming this event Smells Like AMC Spirit inspired all of these teams to bring and race actual AMC Spirits.
In fact, we had not one,
not two, not three,
but 4 AMC Spirits at the track. Let's jump right into it. For the first time, possibly ever in world history, a Volkswagen Corrado has won a race.
Yeah, and we made that point on our Instagram account, and the comments were, where did you get a totaled Volkswagen Corrado for $500? What are you gonna do?
And on the topic of German cars, the Vanagon this weekend shows up, goes through tech. We're gonna take it super easy on this engine this weekend. We're just gonna cruise the whole weekend.
Yeah, they got a turbocharged Subaru motor and a stock Vanagon transaxle, so that was a pretty prudent move to just kind of baby it through the race. We had a rookie team. We love rookie teams. They had a Civic. The team name was Justin's Civic.
Rumor has it they stole that from a guy named Justin.
Yeah, and they got a couple penalties here and there. They had to complete a jigsaw puzzle of a dog, but hey, it happens. They had a great attitude, and they were awesome.
Hey, the Maple Bacon Caprice was back this time.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be.
The Nacho Friend Toyota Celica was back with nachos.
As race controller, I love it when teams self-penalize. They spin off the track, they come in on their own.
Yeah, and these guys not only came in on their own, but they made the offending driver eat a lemon. Fun fact about AMC, they were based in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Which is why when Rattlesnake Electric Sport flew off the road and tapped the wall at turn 13, we gave them our classic Bob Ross penalty, where they painted a scene, a bucolic scene, of Kenosha, Wisconsin on their hood.
Continuing the theme of AMC Spirits, the I Got Screwed Award went to Low Road Racing. They were the 4th and final AMC Spirit to show up. They didn't show up until Saturday night, and they didn't pass tech until after the green flag waved on Sunday morning, which means they missed all of the AMC Spirit photo shoots. They missed the all AMC Spirit front row that we started the race with on both Saturday and Sunday. And then finally when they got on track, they ran for a little while, and then they blew up.
Silver lining. When they blew up, before it blew up, AMCs are apparently built with a feature where the car gets hot, overheats, and then vapor locks before throwing a rod. The Heroic Fix Award went to Team Sazda and their Mazda 323. A little quick backstory on those guys. They came out for the first time at the last Ridge race with a car that one of their drivers had had on the street for years, won Class C, their first time out.
Yeah, and for that race, they didn't modify it at all. And so for this race, they decided, you know, let's up the game a little bit and swap in a twin-cam motor. Well, you'll never guess what happened next. It blew up, and they had to put in the old 250,000-mile stock engine that they ran in the last race. But in order to do that, they had to completely rewire the harness because the two engines run different ECUs. That was heroic.
Our special award was the Galloping Gertie Engineering Excellence Award. Galloping Gertie was the nickname of the famous Tacoma Narrows Bridge that failed spectacularly in the early 1940s.
And the trophy was given to the aptly named That Guy Racing and their Porsche Boxster. They raced at the previous Ridge event in 2018, and the car wasn't quite right, and it was overheating, and they could never really figure out the problem. But for this event, they figured out a solution.
These guys went out, started the race, immediately started dumping a ton of fluid, spun out, came into the penalty box. They opened the trunk, and the judges saw this giant coolant overflow tank. Not small. The original problem was a blown head gasket. And they devised this giant tank to just cycle water from one end of the system out the other end. Turns out the tank was neither sealed nor tied down to the car. So we made them fix that. They went back out and got like 3 more laps.
They came in last. Judge's choice went to our friends at Hella Shitty Racing, who were driving, I think, the most stock of the 4 AMC Spirits that were present at this event, and it was awesome. They just made it happen. This was like some used Craigslist car. They did very little to it. It was sitting 3 feet in the air. The suspension leaned over at crazy angles every time they went through a turn, but the car kept running, and they made the most of it. Org choice went to another rookie team Team CCCP and their Lada Niva. The first time we've seen a Lada Niva in this event, which was awesome. The team itself had some issues on track.
In addition to leaving their phone on the roof of the car twice,
2, not 3.
the team had some problems in comprehending how to deal with black flags as well. When one of their drivers received their first black flag, he decided to stop, back up down the main straight, and then back into the pit entrance against traffic.
Yeah, this is the first time that Jeff and I gave the rookie meeting at a Lemons race, and I guess we didn't specifically say don't go in reverse on track.
Our IOE winner was Team Lowball. These guys started out from Houston. They loaded up their horse trailer full of all their tools, all their cage bending equipment, bought an AMC Spirit down in El Paso, drove to the Ridge, and then built the cage in the paddock on Thursday night and Friday morning.
Yeah, and since they had all of that cage building equipment, they spent some time fixing cage issues for other teams, and then they still had time left over to provide Texas chili for everybody in the pits. And when the race was over, they had finished 7th overall. It was an incredible performance all the way through, a well-deserved index of effluency.
And here's Lemons in a nutshell.
Porsche, for me, is a lifestyle.
And honesty in design.
Porsche it sits in this sweet spot of being both a coveted object, but also it's pure tools.
Frills are minimal, but the driving experience is unfiltered.
Didn't have the normal snap.
Crack.
Renault Cleon font? No shit.
The iPhone appears to be, for the second time this weekend, on the first corner of the track.
Hey boys, this is Nick. Say hi to Nick. Nick, these are my twins.
Because of what it was.
We've gone full Chodis.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say full Chodis.
So normally, this is the end of the awards, index of affluency, but we kind of felt guilty because there were 4 spirits here this weekend, and the last one didn't get an award. So we have a box of Cheez-Its for the #1 spirit team. So you win the box of Cheez-Its.